Hello and welcome to YQ Academy tutorials. My name is Priyanka and topic for today's discussion is finding primitive elements in array. So we have three methods to check if a primitive value is present in our array or not. First is index of method, then we have includes method, and lastly the third method is find method. These all are used to check if a primitive value is present in our array or not. So I'll take first method, index method first. So let me write the keyword first. So I'm taking var as keyword and I'm taking array name as arr, and let's write a few elements in this. So I'm taking first element of this arr as Harry, then I'm taking another element as suppose Ron, and I'm taking third element as Daisy, and take last element as for example Rose. Okay, now let's write A equals the array name, that is arr, and then the method name like index of, and then suppose I want to find the Ron, okay, from this array. Now let's write B equals again the array name, that is arr, then index of, the method name, and let's write Daisy over here. Now let's log this. So for that, let me write console.log. And what happened with this? Let's close this. Okay, now let's complete this sentence. Let me write Ron is at index. Ron is at index will be in quotes, and now comma A. Okay, same sentence is for Daisy as well. Console. Now to see the output, I have to write node and then the file name, that is find element.js. So let's write find element.js, and on clicking the enter button we can see the output as Ron is at index 1 and Daisy is at index 2. Because this Harry is at index 0, Ron is at 1, Daisy is at 2. So we can see the output as 1 and 2. So here this is how we can find if element is present over here or not. Let me take one more example to show you what if a particular element I want to find is not present in our array. So let me write for John. Let's check for John. Let's write console.log dot index of, suppose John, and let's see the output. So here we can see the output as -1. -1 is for this, and it means when element is not found in array, we will get -1 as output. Let me show you one more thing. Let's suppose if I write Rose. So Rose is present over here in our array. So we will see the output as 3. Okay, because 0, 1, 2, 3. The index of Rose is 3. So the output is 3. But what if I write like this? So this Rose is different from this Rose. Here we use capital R and here we have small r. So we can see the output as -1 because this Rose is not present in our given array. So this is how our first method, index of method, will work. Now let's take another method like includes, our second method to check if primitive element is present in our array or not. Let me write the method name, and this is the example of index of. So this include, it will return true if the value is present. and it will return false if the value is not present in our array. Let's take an example. Let me write variable C, and here let's write arr dot includes. Okay, now let's try to find element Harry, since it is present over here, so we can see the output as true. Let's log this to see the output. Console dot log and then C. Okay, and in the terminal window, let's write node and the file name.js, and we can see the output as true because this Harry is present in our array. So, what if I write like C um, D equals our array name as arr, then the method that is includes. Now let's try to find a particular name there which is not present in our array. So I'm taking Josh, and let's console here use console dot log and then D. So the output will be false because this Josh is not present over here. Let's see the output, and we can see the output as false. So basically this include, it will return true if the value is present in our array, and it will return false if the value is not present in our array. So this is how includes method works to find primitive element in our array. Now let's take an example for our third method. The third method name is find method, to find if primitive element is present in our array or not. So this find method, it will find the first element that meets a certain condition. Okay, so I'm using which method? Find method. So I will write over here. Now let's take example of this. Let me declare an array first. So I'm using const keyword and I'm taking array name as arr1 suppose. And over here let me write elements 10, 20, 30 and 40. Now let's write const and then greater than 20. Suppose I want to find greater than 20, and over here let's write our array name is find, and then let's write element, use arrow function, then element is greater than suppose 10. Now let's log this. So let's write console dot log and then greater than 20. Let's see the output. So here we have C20 because this find method will return first element that meets a certain condition. So the first element that meets this condition is 20. So it will be returned in this output window. We can see the output. So this is how we can find primitive elements in our array. In our next video, we will see how to find elements that are reference type in JavaScript.